What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets Radio. This video has nothing to do about the Jets or the NFL. This is more about mental health. So if you're looking for the other kind of content, please just check out the rest of our videos. We definitely appreciate it. One of the best parts of launching this channel has been being able to just openly discuss mental health issues, depression, anxiety, even cover the topic of suicide prevention, which is uncomfortable for a lot of people. And, to get a lot of feedback on it was even better. I've interacted with a lot of different people via email and text, direct messages, and it's been really interesting to hear the different perceptions and challenges people are facing. This world right now that we're living in, there's nothing easy about it. I mean, if you put on the news, it's completely unsettling. Social media is a disaster. There's so much uncertainty and anger and just pure turmoil in this world. I mean, it's unsettling for the strongest of people. Now, people that have dealt with depression or anxiety, it could take the voice in their head that would want them to ask for help and silence it. And that's an enormous problem. One of the biggest challenges when you have depression or anxiety or even contemplating, taking your own life is you need to have the ability to reach out and get the help you need. Whether it's a phone call, an email, you on a website, go to a doctor, whatever it is. And it's got to be a decision where you don't feel like it's excruciating. And right now, I think there's so many people that are being silenced due to all of the just shit going on in our world where they just don't feel comfortable talking about things. They don't want to be ridiculed. You see it when pro athletes have it. Prominent athletes have it. They get discounted. Now, there are times I think people just say, oh, I'm depressed, and they're just having a bad day. They're not actually dealing with depression or anxiety where it overcomes their life, where they don't want to leave their house. They don't want to do anything. They quit things. They completely isolate themselves from the world. It's a big difference. But the people that do deal with that, now you add those challenges that you're facing with mental health issues, and then you factor in all the stuff going on in this world. And it's very, very difficult. So the one thing that's interesting is I'm a big fan of Killswitch Engage, and Jesse Leach, the lead singer, he's been dealing with mental health issues, talked about some of the challenges he faced and some of the things he had to do. Now, he's a prominent musician, singer, and he said, you know what, sometimes I just got unplugged from, the TV, the radio, and social media. I just got to escape for a few days. Turn my phone off or just put my phone aside and just say, you know what, I need to decompress and just escape all this. Escape the chaos, escape the opinions, the arguing, the bitching and moaning. It's just, sometimes you got to do it. You just got to say, you know what, this is not the world I want to live in right now. Because a lot of times what you'll do is you'll get caught up in all the negativity or all the drama, or you'll get caught up, I know people that, for me, social media, for a lot of people, is a fantasy land. Everybody portrays somebody they're not because they want to try to impress somebody. I have this, I have that, I have this. And it's like a fantasy land. It's not realistic. And some people, when you're struggling, you compare yourself to others and you're like, man, I wish I had this and I wish I had that. But meanwhile, you don't understand all the other things. They may have the beautiful house, the beautiful car, and all this other shit. They also may have 3 mortgages, all kinds of debt, and whatever else. Nothing is ever as it appears on social media for the most part. So people get caught up in that, and they worry about what everybody else has. And the thing is, you got to focus on yourself, your own happiness, your own, just what makes you personally happy inside, what makes you feel good, what keeps you going on a daily basis, even on an hourly basis. Whether it's, running or working out or knitting or cooking or building tree forts or whatever it is. You got to focus on yourself and say, okay, what can get me in a place where I actually feel satisfied and fulfilled with my own life? And that's really important. And a lot of times, unplugging from the world can help you with that. Just putting I started doing it myself, to be honest with you. I'm like, you know what? I can't get caught up on all this Twitter shit. I don't really care about Facebook. I don't care about this stuff. It doesn't really, it's just wasted time. I'd rather go kayaking for a couple hours or go hang out with my family or go do something else and be more productive where I don't need to deal with all the nonsense where I find this sends me down the wrong path. So that's the one thing. The other thing is, David Goggins, who's an excellent motivator, inspiring guy, he said, you know what? Sometimes, you got to make a commitment to yourself like a job. Some people don't understand, how do you go to gym 5 days a week or 4 days a week, or why do you do this, or why do you run? First of all, it's great for you. It's good for your mind, good for your body. You're releasing toxins. You're releasing stress. You're probably releasing anger. But also, it's occupying you. Make it like a job. Make it a commitment to yourself, and it's an escape from the world. When you're sitting there in that 1 hour workout, whatever it is, you're not worried about anything else but just improving yourself and getting in that workout and making a commitment to yourself where there's no excuses. You can't say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do whatever. No, you're going to do it today. This is your commitment to yourself. So he makes an excellent point about that as well. So it's all about finding ways to help overcome these tough times. The other thing is too, is you have to you kind of evaluate who you hang around with, and which I know sounds kind of crazy, but figure out the people that you're with. If they're always complaining or always this, or you find that your spirits are down or your mood is altered significantly when you're always around those people, then don't be around those people. Find different groups to hang out with. There's all kinds of online communities you can join. They have local community gatherings. Find people that actually make you feel better about yourself, support your goals, support your initiatives, and want to genuinely help you, not just give you lip service. That's a big deal. And if you don't find that, then you reach out to, like I said, you can speak to therapists. There's online communities. There's chats. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube you can research, like TED Talks, that discuss all these things. But the most important thing is to realize that you're not alone. There are people out there daily that struggle with these things, and it's a lot of people. You'd be surprised when you reach out to people and talk about depression or anxiety, how many other people can not only relate but also struggle with it. So I guess the moral of all this, I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but it's just that times are tough right now. It's a wild, weird time where it could be very unsettling for a lot of people. But just understand you're not alone, and there are ways to get through it. But don't give up. Don't quit. You got to stay strong for yourself. Stay strong for others. You're important to everybody. Like a lot of times people seem inconsequential. Like they think, well, nobody would miss me, or, if I don't do things, nobody's going to notice. Everybody's going to notice, and everybody's going to miss you. And I can speak on personal. I've had about, I think it's seven friends now that have taken their own life, and it's just been, it's an awful feeling as a close friend, for their families, for everybody involved. It's very, very difficult. And people sometimes think that, I won't be missed, or it's not that important, or I just want to escape. And you can't quit and you can't give up. You can't. It's just, there's always a way. There's always the better time will always be ahead. It's a matter of finding your way to get to that. And all it takes is one step forward. A lot of times people want to go from A to Z in a day. Well, you know what? Get to A to B, then get from B to C, and then C to D, and eventually, before you know it, you're going to get to where you want to be. It may not be as fast as you want, but that's fine. It's progress. And the other thing is a lot of times we don't appreciate what we actually have and what we accomplish. And I speak my own personal, that's one of my biggest challenges I've ever had. It's like you strive for things and you try to do a lot of things, and then you get stuck in that rut and you get so down on yourself, and you don't realize what you've accomplished, what you've done, and any kind of progress you made. You always focus on the negatives. You always, focus on the wrong aspect of things. So sometimes you may have to write down some of your accomplishments. Write down, make your goals obtainable or reasonable, and then when you reach them, embrace them and tell them. And don't be scared to tell people about them. Hey, you know what? I'm trying to lose 20 pounds. I've already lost 6. Or I'm trying to write a book. I already wrote 10 pages. I'm trying to build a cabin in the woods. Whatever it is. But you gotta embrace your little victories and your big victories, and don't be scared to share them. Also, don't be scared to share when you're struggling with somebody that's close to you. Like, don't be scared to reach out. It's just, life is very precious. Life is very valuable. We can't take it for granted, and we don't want to give up on it. When it's just, there's so many opportunities out there. A lot of them we don't see unless we take a chance to find them. And that will mean just, embracing the pain and suffering you have, recognizing it, recognizing your triggers, and then say, okay, listen, I'm in a bad spot right now, but I need to get help, and how do I get that help? And you do what's most comfortable for you. If that is, like I said, reaching out to family, if you want to be anonymous, call a hotline, call a hotline. There's nothing embarrassing about asking for help. That's the best thing you can do. And it takes a lot of courage to do it, but you have to do it. It'll make you feel better in the short term and the long term, and it can get you out of these challenges sooner than you realize. So I think I probably repeated myself a couple times. I do these unscripted, but just understand, if you need help, get help, speak up. Don't let the world take you over. Don't be overwhelmed by all this stuff going on in this world, because you know what? Everybody has something. Everybody's struggling with something, but you have to find ways to get through it, and you can get through it. So have a good day. Hang in there. If you want to, leave comments or send direct messages, whatever it is. But I understand the world. I understand mental health issues. I research it all the time. I've dealt with them. I deal with them. I get it. You're not alone. There's always help around you.